Moving to another country can be the most wonderful and horrific thing at the same time. Welcome to Rising Nomad. I'm Georgina, and today I'm gonna share with you how I experienced my move to my beloved Serbia. It was one of the first countries that I ever visited in my life, and I was not well prepared for what followed. So the story goes like this. Greek girl meets a Serbian guy, they fall in love, and after a short time, I decided to move in his country. I still remember my first day in Belgrade. I had 3 suitcases with me, which was everything that I took with me from my previous life back in Greece. When I landed at the airport and collecting my baggage, I had this weird feeling of excitement and fear at the same time. It was the start of my adventure. Then we got to phase 1, the honeymoon period. This is when you're totally in love with a new place. The first couple of weeks were great with all the new things, the different culture, just going out and watching the people, visiting different places. I fell in love with the PHS, which are outdoor green markets, and the small cute cafes downtown. There were huge parks and rivers crossing through the city, and of course I was with the person I wanted to be with. I was feeling awesome, like it was the best decision I've ever made, and I was even wondering why I didn't do it sooner. I felt so unique. I was a foreigner girl, and people were so nice to me because I was a foreigner, I guess. I could choose who I wanted to become in my new life, and that was super exciting. Phase 2, the downturn. This is when reality kicks in and the loneliness starts. Things started to feel less exotic after a couple of weeks. I was repeating the phrase "ne pričam srpski" about 10 times a day, which was the only phrase I knew, and it means I don't speak Serbian. It just wasn't fun anymore. Suddenly the piazza was a place full of strangers who they didn't even get which vegetables I was looking for, and cafes seemed ugly, I don't know, smoky and depressing, and I was getting tired. And slowly I started feeling like I hated everything there. All the differences that I liked at first, now they were just pissing me off, and I was comparing every single thing with my country. And guess what? My country would always win. So I started to isolate myself, and I didn't want to go out or hang out with my boyfriend's friends because every time I would hang with them, I would feel even more lonely. I would just sit in there silent when they spoke Serbian. Because let me remind you something, no one speaks an international language such as English when they can speak their own language. And I cannot blame them for that, but for me it was really hard and lonely. Phase 3, rejecting reality and isolating yourself. When you hate everything because you're so lonely and start really being homesick. As time was passing by and I wasn't feeling any better, I became a more closed-minded person, and I was living in denial. As if I didn't want to have anything to do with the country I moved to and its people. I was wondering if it was worth it. Visiting Greece all the time may have helped, but I wasn't facing new challenges. I was just avoiding the problem, and I was rejecting everything new from the country I was living in. At that point, I was feeling so bad that I was seriously considering moving back to Greece. So I had to sit down and ask myself if I want to be a quitter and leave, or if I was willing to give it a real try and try to see the whole experience with an open mind and fresh perspective, willing to receive and adapt new ways of being. Phase 4, taking control of your life. This is when you decide to get out there and live your life and make the most of the situation. So once I decide to change my perspective on how I will cope with this new experience, something inside me changed. I decided to take lessons to learn the language, which was a big step for me, and that also helped me with my social life. I met other expats who were facing the same difficulties as I was, so I didn't feel that lonely anymore. I started looking for groups with other expats and found out there were so many people like me. And through these expat groups, I also found a job at a new yoga studio. But most importantly, I found new friends, and each of them had something different to share from their lives. For the first time, after a long time, I felt like I belonged somewhere. I finally had a new life, which I made from scratch. It was the first time I was feeling so strong, like I could face anything that came my way. The foreign country finally felt like my new home. Those were some of the steps I had to make in order to be who I am now, and I'm sure that every single one of us experiences the decision to move to another country differently. Remember, it's not an easy process, and for some of us it will be more difficult than others. But with an open heart and mind, you may discover sides of yourself you wouldn't even imagine. And this is how I experienced it, and Serbia became my second home, which I will always have in my heart because it changed me as a person for better. Just keep in mind, when moving to a new country, there will be challenges, and getting to know other people who are going through the same types of challenges really helps. Subscribe to our channel for more videos like these, which go in depth into the expat experience, and join our Facebook group from the link below. Thanks for watching Rising Nomad, and have a great day!